Hello there, and welcome to Non-Dairy Cards. Today we're going to do a little bit of a throwback show, really focusing on these collectabooks, which were cards that I really enjoyed when I was a kid. So I'm going to show the originals, and then we're going to open up the packs. I got all three that were available. But before we jump into that, I did want to show off some of the LCS finds that I had. So wife was getting her nails done for a trip, and there was an LCS next to where we were. So I went in, took my sweet time looking at some cards, and was able to pull some things that were a little bit fun. So we had this Jake Plummer game used piece of the game from playoff here. So thought that was a good looking card. I remember wanting the 49ers to draft him and to pick him. Instead, they went with Jim Drunkenmiller, so that didn't work out all that well. And then we've got Anquan Bolden, a Fabric of the Future from Bowman. So this is a player-worn jersey from the Senior Bowl. So this is a rookie card from him. So it was, he was a 49er. He was the Rookie of the Year this year. So really good player, had a great career. So excited about finding that one. So I had to pull that one out. Then I found this Jamal Lewis, absolute memorabilia, the Gridiron Force, and anyone who was watching football in the early 2000s. This guy was amazing for the Ravens, and then he played pretty well for the Browns as well. But I saw this one was numbered to 50, and I'm like, you know what? I'll grab that for $2. Definitely worth it. Every one of these cards was $2, so I was excited about that. And then we had Lavernius Coles, who, again, was a fantasy menace back in the day here. So this looks like this was part of the number here. So you can see a little bit of the stitching on that. We've also got, this one was numbered as well to 125. So grab that. I was excited about finding that. And then this one here, I don't remember Curtis Conway as much, but I do know that I like the lightning bolt logo here, so I thought that was cool, and again, that was a cool looking card. So this one's not numbered either, but it has a great patch on it, so went with that one, and so spent $10 on all of these cards, and so few good ones for the PC, some good ones to display because of the patches, but maybe some of those I'll turn around and sell if people are interested in that. But before we jump in, I'm going to go ahead and just walk through some of these collectabooks cards. So I don't know if any of you had experience with these. You can see these are the ones that I had as a kid, and they got a lot of wear because I did pay a lot of attention. What was nice about them is they have obviously the picture of the player here, but on the inside it has all of the details of the player with some details of nicknames and other things. So it's essentially a little booklet that gives you information about the player. So it has a whole personal story, career highlights here, full statistics, and I remember going through and looking at the statistics heavily. So I enjoyed poring over this and seeing, okay, who were the best players. So it gave me a really good insight into the history of the game, because it had a lot of stars and a lot of historical players as part of it. And then there were some motivational speakers or motivational quotes that were in here. So with Babe Ruth, and then of course there was another thing on the back, and me being the perpetual 12-year-old, I changed this to Big Wiener on this sticker. So clearly Babe Ruth was my favorite based on that. But let's go ahead and jump into these. You're not going to see a whole lot different here, but we'll just go through. There's only 36 cards in the set, and hopefully we'll have all of them here. And they're all hopefully in pretty good shape, even though they've been tumbling around in a box for 30 years at this point. So we've got Robin Yount, Babe Ruth. That one does not have the big wiener on the back there. Ernie Banks, Carl Yastrzemski, Ruben Sierra, Ricky Henderson, R.I.P., Oral Hershiser, Bo Jackson, Dwight Gooden, Ken Griffey Jr., and this was the one that I wanted, the Will Clark. I don't think I know what happened to this one. This one must have gotten lost in the shuffle somewhere, but that was the card that I needed. And then Ozzie Smith, and these two had a great brawl experience back in the late 80s, early 90s. But we'll spend a little bit of time on Will Clark, so definitely an interesting looking card here. So you've got William Nuschler Clark, Will the Thrill or the Natural. It has some details of his personal story and career highlights, as well as the statistics. And so these are from 1990, so not his whole career, but play for the team and don't just go for the personal stats. Will Clark. So definitely that's a card that I'm gonna be excited about. Obviously, all of these are PC for me. But these are cards that I was really excited about. We'll go ahead and jump into these. And surprisingly, these, you see it's $1.99 on this. I didn't pay much more than that for these. You can actually find these collectibles on eBay or Mercari for pretty decent prices. They're all going to have a little bit of wear, but that's kind of the point of these is they're supposed to be something that you're looking at and learning from. So there's Roger Clemens, Darryl Strawberry, George Brett, Hank Aaron, Ted Williams, Don Mattingly, Nolan Ryan, Jerome Walton. That is an interesting one. I don't remember Jerome Walton very much. So I guess he was the Rookie of the Year in 1989. So you learn something new every day. Kevin Mitchell for the Giants, Tony Gwynn, and Dave Stewart. And so, again, these are all numbered here to not like numbered as a jersey, but the card numbers. There are only 36 cards in the set. So, again, I'm going to have a bunch of these that we're going to be looking at. And we'll go into this third box. And I'm pretty sure that this box, I'm not sure which one I'm pretty sure this third one was the one I did not ever have. Bob Feller, Mark Grace, Greg Olson, Kirby Puckett, Lou Gehrig, Roberto Clemente, Ryan Sandberg, Brett Saberhagen, Jose Canseco, Wade Boggs, Jim Abbott, and Eric Davis. Well, maybe I did have that one, because I do see Jim Abbott in this group here, unless I was trading this with some friends. Not sure, but hopefully you enjoyed seeing kind of this throwback here. If there are any that you think are worth taking a deeper look at, definitely this guy is one of those interesting players, and if you know about him, you know. If you don't, it's worth rehashing. He actually had he was born without a right hand. So he has a glove that he would put on his right hand. He'd pitch left-handed, and then he'd switch the glove to his right hand. And if he'd field the ball, he would just throw off the glove and throw the ball to first. So it was just a very interesting career story, and he was a really good pitcher. So it's not like he was some guy who you just knew because he had a disability. It's somebody that actually pitched pretty well. And this, from his rookie year, him having a sub-4 ERA here, 115 strikeouts. It's definitely a pitcher, and he had a pretty good career in the majors here. And so it's very interesting. Definitely a story you should look up if you don't know much about him. An inspirational story, I would say, definitely. So plus, these are the best Angels jerseys that they've ever had. So anytime you can go back and get a little bit of a feedback on that's great. So thank you all for joining. If you liked it, hit the like button. If you'd like to see more of this kind of throwback, let me know in the comments. But appreciate you spending the time, and we'll see you next time.